Hey guys, what is up? This is Mr. A. Crizzy here, and today I'm down here in Ocean City, Maryland for Memorial Day weekend, and I'm also here with my best friend Gian Miller.
Hello.
Yep. And today we both just got out of seeing the new animated film that just came out today, the Garfield movie. And what'd you think, Gian?
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I thought it was good too, and I actually thought it was also a great one too, for based on the Garfield comics. And yeah, and even I also like the animation as well. And yeah, so go ahead.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah, the movie did have some pretty funny parts
Yeah.
here and there, and considering that this is from the same director of Cats Don't Dance, The Emperor's New Groove, and Chicken Little, like I gotta say that this is probably Mark Dindal's second best film he did, besides with number one being The Emperor's New Groove. I didn't really hate Chicken Little, and Gian didn't either,
No.
But I gotta say the Garfield movie was probably the best, the second best film that Mark Dindal has directed since The Emperor's New Groove. Cats Don't Dance I thought was very underrated, and also I also got myself like a pillow set and blanket of Garfield itself. Yeah, pretty cool. And yeah, and the animation itself I thought was pretty decent as well. So yeah, just thought I'd make this cold opening for our best friend Justin M. So I want to give a special thanks shout out to him. And also, before we go on with the review, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to hit that like button and like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content. All right. So, with that being said, on with the review. Hey guys, what is up? This is Mr. A. Crizzy here, and welcome back to another movie review. In today's movie review, I'm going to be doing a review on this new animated film which just came out today. And as you saw in the cold opening, me and my friend Gian just got back from seeing this film. And this review is on the Garfield movie. The Garfield movie is directed by Mark Dindal, who's also known for directing the animated films Cats Don't Dance, The Emperor's New Groove, and Chicken Little. So, Mark Dindal hasn't directed another animated film in a long time since Chicken Little, which I still don't think is a bad movie in my opinion, but I'm not here to talk about that. I'm just here to talk about the Garfield movie, the movie I just got back from seeing with Gian. Yep, and these are our tickets to the movie for the Garfield movie. Our tickets. So, in this movie, the Garfield movie is basically about the cartoon cat character Garfield, created by Jim Davis, of course. And in this movie, Garfield has an unexpected reunion with his long-lost father, Vic, played by Samuel Jackson. And in this movie, Garfield's played by Chris Pratt. And then of course, like Vic is also a scruffy street cat who draws him into a high stakes heist, and together Vic and Garfield go on this little journey where they come across other dogs and cats like Jinx, and yeah, Jinx, who's the white cat, and together Garfield and Vic and of course Odie also comes along with their journey as well. And of course they go on this journey to stop some sort of heist or something. But if I go into full detail about the story, then I can't really I really can't give away any spoilers. So when I first saw the trailer to this movie, excuse me. When I first saw the trailer to this movie, it did look kind of interesting from the trailers. Of course, I like how I thought the animation itself in this movie I thought was not that bad. Like I thought the animation itself was pretty good, and then of course when everyone heard that Chris Pratt was going to be playing Garfield in this movie, like I think people were divided on Chris Pratt's Garfield voice, where it kind of sounds just an ordinary Chris Pratt voice. But I will say though, Chris Pratt's actually not that bad in this film playing Garfield. That's kind of like how people were divided on Chris Pratt's Mario voice. But I thought Chris Pratt still did pretty good as Mario. And here, I think at least Chris Pratt, at least he tried for this film. Although his voice performance as Mario in last year's Super Mario Brothers movie, I thought was just a little better. but he still did not that bad as Garfield here. But the difference between the cartoon Garfield and this Garfield here, the Chris Pratt Garfield actually talks. Like, and in the cartoon specials, like he seems like he never really talked at all. Technically, it was just his thoughts and imagination that does the talking. But either way, Chris Pratt was still a pretty good Garfield, and like Chris Pratt's doing his job, and and I gotta say, like I said, the animation itself I thought was pretty good. Like, the animation itself is good, and of course the humor in this film is kind of funny at some parts, because there are some crazy shenanigans that happen here and there, like a typical comedy film, which and that's kind of the point with Garfield, because Garfield's supposed to be like comedic, it's supposed to be this like comedic like cat who hates Mondays and loves lasagna. Yeah, lasagna, and I gotta say, like, the story itself, I thought was decent. I mean, it was not that bad. I mean, the screenplay to this film was actually written by David Reynolds. David Reynolds, who's best known for writing Finding Nemo, and of course John Debney's music score. John Debney has collaborated with Mark Dindal on a lot of his films, and I gotta say, John Debney's music score is just good. Of course, it's enjoyable for the most part with John Debney's music score. And oh yeah, and Samuel Jackson I thought was great as Vic, because it's always fun to see Samuel Jackson on screen or through voiceovers. And oh yeah, and Harvey Gillian as Odie. I gotta say, I thought Harvey Gillian was a pretty interesting casting choice to play Odie in this film. Not just like Greg Berger playing Odie, but here they got Harvey Gillian playing Odie here. Like, so it's just Harvey Gillian providing some of the dog sounds and barking sounds for Odie. And Harvey Gillian has done some other voiceovers where his other two voice roles I know were all dog roles. Like I know he was in Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, and of course he was also in Strays with Will Ferrell. Like, Harvey Gillian played Shitstang in Strays. Yeah, his character's name has a cuss word, Shitstang. But yeah, so, and I gotta say, this was a fun enough kids flick for kids out there who want to go see this movie, including all Garfield fans out there. I've actually been into Garfield ever since I was a kid, because I remember going on this educational website called Professor Garfield back in my elementary school years, and of course I just rewatched the first two live. I just rewatched the two live action Garfield films with Bill Murray. In which the first Garfield movie from 2004, I mean, it's still a childhood guilty pleasure of mine. But as for the second one, A Tale of Two Kitties, it's not as decent as the first one, but it was just alright, like a 3 out of 5 for me for that one. And the first Garfield movie with Bill Murray, I would rate that 3.5 out of 5. Yeah. But I gotta say, excuse me, pardon me. But I gotta say, I know critics are not really positive on this film, like, and the fact that I think this movie got like 36% on Rotten Tomatoes, like almost identical as the critics score on Rotten Tomatoes for Chicken Little. But it kind of feel like, from my perspective, this movie kind of doesn't even feel that bad as Chicken Little, because I don't think this movie's as mean spirited as Chicken Little or something like that. Like, I mean, to this day, I never hated Chicken Little. I still don't think Chicken Little is a bad film. I would just say, like, it's just a good film from Disney. Although I will say, Mark Dindal's best animated film he directed is probably The Emperor's New Groove. Yeah, because I thought The Emperor's New Groove is very funny. And his first film, he directed Cats Don't Dance. Cats Don't Dance is a very underrated gem as well. Like, I actually really liked Cats Don't Dance. Yeah, because I actually watched it for the first time recently on Amazon, and Cats Don't Dance is a great one. Although, like I said, Mark Dindal's best film he directed is The Emperor's New Groove. Yeah, The Emperor's New Groove and all that. But as for the Garfield movie, this movie I thought was like I said, I would just say it's a great film. Yeah, that's just my opinion. I thought it was great. And I think this is actually Mark Dindal's second time collaborating with other producers that's not Randy Fulmer, because Randy Fulmer just passed away last summer from like after a battle of cancer, which was very sad. Yeah, rest in peace, Randy Fulmer. But when me and Gian were watching the credits to this movie, the Garfield movie, I did see the dedication names that were listed, but sadly, I don't think Randy Fulmer was listed there. But oh well, it's still pretty sad how Randy Fulmer's no longer with us. But at least it was nice. At least it was nice of them to dedicate this movie to other people who passed away recently. But I'm not gonna give that part away because in case some of you guys are really wanting to see this movie, I'm not gonna spoil a single scene in this movie that we never saw in the trailers. Like I'm not gonna spoil any scenes that weren't seen in the trailers or yeah, you get what I mean. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot Nicholas Hoult, who voices John. Nicholas Hoult was a pretty decent John as well. Like, you know, John was actually played by Nicholas Hoult. I almost forgot to mention that. Oh yeah, and just like in the other trailers, Snoop Dogg was in this film too. Yeah, Snoop Dogg. He was fun. He was there for the most part. And yeah, so overall, the Garfield movie was a great enough kids flick for the Memorial Day weekend. And yes, I will be seeing Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga, like sometime next Friday. Yeah, next Friday, May 31st, for Furiosa, Mad Max Saga. Yep, so overall, I'm going to give the Garfield movie 4 stars out of 5. And also, the only 3 previews I got in front of this movie, usually our local Ocean City, Maryland movie theaters would play 4 previews, but this time I only got 3 previews. Those 3 previews included Wicked, Inside Out 2, and Despicable Me 4. Inside Out 2 and Despicable Me 4 are me and Gian's next 2 movies to see together. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing Inside Out 2. And yeah, because I am a Pixar fan, you guys know that. Oh yeah, and also one more thing before I wrap this review up. As me and Gian were getting our tickets and getting our concessions and our popcorn, I actually got this really adorable like pillow set and blanket of Garfield himself. Yeah, it's a Garfield pillow set and also like a blanket and pillow set. This is what it looks like here. Tag here. And also on the back of Garfield here, it actually comes like a little zipper that opens up and you get like a blanket pops out like of the pillow. Yeah. Pretty cute. All right, guys. So that's gonna be it for my review on the Garfield movie, and that's gonna be it for this video. So make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And as always, thanks for watching. And like I said in the cold opening with Gian, a huge special thanks shout out to my best friend Justin M. And there you have it. All right, guys. So thanks for watching as always. And with that being said, until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying goodbye, everybody, and that's about it.